Hello, World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shado, the internet personality, the best hair, and I think it's about time for me to weigh in on a little bit of news that has popped up over the, very recently as of when I'm recording this. You probably already heard of it if you've clicked on it. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the horror movie that I recently reviewed, that was shown to a group of elementary school students recently, accidentally, that's the thing. This is being reported over here by Variety, saying a charter school in Miami Springs got an upsetting Halloween surprise when the teacher screened the horror movie Winnie the Pooh, Honey and Blood. That's not correct, Variety, but well, CBS News Miami reports. Despite the title of the film including Winnie the Pooh, the movie is not suitable for children, as it follows Winnie and Piglet on a bloodthirsty rampage after Christopher Robin abandons them for college. Accurate. They got the name wrong, but they got the movie right, so I'll give them that. This film was shown to fourth graders at the Academy of Innovative Education on October 2nd. Now, there's a bunch of stuff in this article where the teachers are responding, and it has a bit of information here that's a little confusing to me, because they say that the kids were asking the teacher to turn it off, but they also say the kids asked the teacher to turn it on in the first place. Blood and Honey, I feel it's kind of obvious when you have blood in the title of your movie, it's probably going to lean into horror. That's one of the words. It's like a horror is blood, like blood feast, or bucket of blood, or blood rage. Like there's a lot when there's blood. You know instinctively this is horror. Now, if you are not entirely into horror, I can understand. Maybe you don't know, but there's more details here that just leave me scratching my head. Well, first of all, the kids picked it. The kids probably knew. It was kind of set to a vote. More of them were like, Blood and Honey, I want to see that one. So, I'm pretty sure they were a bit in on it. The parents say that the kids told them that they told the teacher to turn it off and he just wouldn't. But also the teacher did turn it off well before the movie was over, not even at the halfway point. So, but it's interesting to me the time frame they give, because when the kids are saying to the parents that they asked the teacher to turn it off and he just wouldn't, that sounds to me more like the kids trying to cover for themselves so they don't get in trouble. Like, we told them to show us that movie, but hey, we didn't know, and then we were totally against it. We swear. Blood and who could have guessed Blood and Honey? I just saw the honey and I was thinking sweet, but no, a lot of blood in that one. But it's very obvious when the movie starts that it is a horror movie. It makes no attempt to hide this. It's not trying to lure the little kids in like, haha. Winnie the Pooh looks scary on the posters, and the movie starts off talking about pain and death and horrifying half-human, half-animal creatures, and, having to eat each other to survive. It starts... Yes, Lou. Yes, the bells are going off. There's no question. Ding, ding, ding. This is a horror movie. Kind of obvious. Yes, thank you, Lou. Thank you for that. But they said it didn't turn it off until the 20 to 30 minute mark. And you're thinking, maybe the movie didn't really have anything too extreme. Remember, I did review this. At around 10 minutes, Piglet strangles Christopher Robin's wife to death, or fiancée to death, with a chain on screen. And they make no question about it. Chris runs into the scary old looking Winnie the Pooh and is like, hey, Winnie, you gotta help me. Something wrong with Piglet. Just murdered my wife. This ain't good. They're very clear of what happened. But they say the film played for 20 to 30 minutes before the teacher shut it off. So I'm thinking, what at 20 to 30 minutes would have been the thing, oh no, this is actually, might get in trouble for this one. And I think I figured it out. At around 24 and a half minutes is when we get topless lady, as shortly before she's jammed headfirst into a wood chipper. Love that scene. But I'm pretty sure that was the part where it was like, oh crap. I don't think that, like, based on the story given here and my knowledge of the movie and what I feel is the most likely scenario for what was really going on, I really don't think that the fact that it was horror was this big oopsie-daisy mistake. I'm pretty sure that was, like, it was probably going to be like, well, the kids picked it, they chose it, how was I supposed to know? What are you going to do? But when it got to the boobas is out, that's when the light bulb went off, like, oh crap, this is not going to go over well within the PTA meeting. Let's turn that off. I'm sorry, kids. Let's not talk about this with your parents. That's what I'm seeing here. The students were allowed to pick a movie and watch, and they selected Blood and Honey, but it's not for them to decide what they want. It's up to the professor to look at the content. And I understand, but I also feel like it does go both ways. And the title Blood and Honey is obvious enough that some of the responsibility does kind of fall on the kids. Like, still, like, not in terms of being held legally, like, culpable for anything. They're still kids. It's not exactly an informed kind of decision, like, I absolutely know what I'm getting into here. But it's called Blood and Honey. Yes, a 9-year-old can figure out that's a horror movie, which is most likely why they picked it. Now, it was the responsibility of the professor to not do that, but I'm pretty sure, like I'm saying, based on how obvious all of this is, the fact that it's a horror movie wasn't the mistake. That was I can say it was a mistake. Whoopsie-dee. Da booba was probably the mistake. Like, oops. Really messed up here. Gotta turn it off. Let's wheel the TV out of the classroom and never talk about this. Ms. Vera Hirsch, the head of the school, sent the following statement to CBS News. The Academy for Innovative Education has become aware that a segment of a horror movie was shown to fourth graders Monday, October 2nd, 2023. It was not suitable for the age group. Our mission promptly addressed the issue directly with the teacher and has taken appropriate action to ensure the safety and well-being of students. It's a movie. I mean, I get it, you gotta do something, but at the same time, we also get to that point in this. It's a movie. There was a little thing that kind of popped up on Twitter recently, like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or more, where there was a question posited to the Twitterverse: what is the correct age to introduce youngin' to horror? And, well, I conceded that I'm likely not the best person to ask this, because as longtime subscribers of me will know, I had a really messed up childhood. In terms of horror movies, I was probably introduced sometime around, 3, 4, 5, but at the same time, I had already at that point experienced enough in real life that it really wasn't that shocking anyways. So, I mean, this stuff still kind of scared you. Like, at that age, it's still very difficult to separate the movie from reality, understand, like, oh yeah, that's just acting, that's just a movie. 9 years old, not so much. It's easier at that point to differentiate, but there's still, I am told that in youth there is this thing called innocence, and it is evidently very valuable. You must excuse me, I never got to experience this, so I really don't know. But I respect those who have this opinion, and I concede to them the judgment on when would be the right time to introduce a child to the horror genre. So long as you're not such a prude that you're like, oh, never, this is an absolutely disgusting film, terrible, terrible taste, such gruesome gore, and the wood chippers and the booba. So, but safety and well-being, it's a movie. The kids were safe. Mental well-being depends on the individual child. Oh yeah, As the article continues, we are actively monitoring the students, and our mental health counselor and principal have already met with the students who've expressed concerns. I guess that's not really the biggest news, just kids got shown blood and honey. I just think it's interesting how it brings up the question of when is it okay for kids to see horror? Because, I mean, at the same time, I still hold that it was pretty obvious it was horror, and the kids picked it. And most of them probably already figured out it was hard. Like, how many 9-year-olds do you know who would be like, oh yeah, Winnie the Pooh, that sounds awesome. Don't know why there's blood in the name, but I'm not gonna question it. I really like Winnie the Pooh and I'm interested in some cute little Winnie the Pooh stuff. I'm sure there's a few, but we're talking about a vote, a majority vote. Most of them probably knew. And that does not exonerate the teacher. But it gives context to how we ended up in this situation having this discussion. But based on the time they turned the movie off, I'm pretty sure it didn't have to do with the horror aspect. Just saying. And you can see what I'm talking about in my review of Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey right there. Or we can check out this, I'm not sure. So like and subscribe, do all the YouTuber stuff. I'm trying desperately to work through ADHD and get this going and actually be a successful YouTuber. It's funny, it makes it creative, it doesn't make you very good at working. Thank you all for watching. I've been Shado. And remember, unrated tends to be because they just don't want to have to deal with paying a bunch of money just to get an NC-17.